everybody. Good to be back here again. It's the honest view, and interestingly, this evening, oh my god, the conversation is going to be very hot. On the honest view, we usually like to do the goals, the shaking of the table, and sometimes we like to break the table and then put it back together before the end of the show. My name is Oluwatomisin Adebukola, and it's my pleasure to be your host this evening on a honest view. Of course, when I come on the show, I cannot be alone. I cannot be alone. I feel like waxing an album, something like R&B, well, first of all, okay. All right, let me just be serious a little bit. I think I should begin with the lady at the center who coincidentally missed the show last 2 weeks.
Hi guys.
Remember that for 2 weeks. 2 weeks only just said Meiji.
Hi guys, how y'all doing? I missed you. Did you miss me? Can you tell that I missed you guys? Oh my god! It's the Boma Johnson, quintessential host and presenter, representing the millennials and the Gen Zs on The Honest View on VOP TV Live on YouTube. I don't know why Madam White is looking at me funny and doing this, guys, something. Okay, so I was unavoidably absent, this last 2 weeks. Because I don't know why my host is making it seem as if I did not want to be around. I really did desire to be here, but I could not.
It's JJ my JJ that I'm sit down. JJ my JJ that I'm sit down. And it's my JJ. Some people did not come for 1 week, 2 weeks. Did I tell you people the reason you not come? I was saying not come.
Like I said, I really did want to be here, but I couldn't.
And you missed us.
But today, that one. Is it you that will tell me whether I missed you or not? Madam, why can't I miss you? I not miss the other person. Yes.
Anyway, since she let the cat out of the bag, wearing my color, flying my color, in the last couple of weeks we've been trending.
Oh really?
These same colors. Like you forgot about. And today is head to toe. She's mushy as in Jennifer's language. She's mushy.
She's mushy.
Too much. YK. What's up, yeah?
Yeah. Good to be back today again on the show. I'm a bit.
Yes, you're a bit under the weather.
It really is. He under the weather?
She's not herself.
I'm worn out. I'm stressed.
Oh my god.
It's been hectic for some weeks now. So I think I just need to.
You need some.
Please, we are begging for a holiday. We are begging.
You need some tender love and care.
No. We need a time out. We need the ladies of Honest View. We actually need a time out.
I subscribe to that any day, anytime. Like,
why won't you subscribe?
I subscribe to that. Like, anywhere where there's rest and enjoyment. Please come in.
Okay, my people. As we are starting, I just say, small thing will happen this week. Look, I just share with you people. That's how one man. I want to read it. It's not my fault. I want to read it. That's how one man. He was telling us how he used to discipline his wife. He's disciplining. He said he used to use cane. In all of the things that he wrote, it's cane that me I saw. Good evening, Madam Chioma. I am 48 years old and my wife is 29 years old. When it comes to life, I am older and more experienced. I correct her sometimes. Youthful, exorbitant will make her do some certain things. I flog her to correct her. I see a lot of people calling it abuse. I call it correction. You correct somebody you love when you love them and don't want them to go astray. I have friends that cheat on their wives. When they are quarreling, they pack their load and moving with their mistress until the wife kneels down to beg them before they come home. I want to ask, flogging with love and moving out of the house, which one is the better way of correcting a woman you love? I don't have a side chick. So my question is not, because I have a plan of moving in with a woman, I love my wife and I want my marriage to work. Please advise me. Choma, somebody is flogging his wife. YK, he called it correction. he corrects his wife by flogging her. And don't forget that there is a whopping almost 16-year difference or thereabout between them. And almost 20 years, if I'm correct, between them. And he feels the right to say that I have more experience with life. I know more. I know better than she does. Why not correct her? With cane, oh, don't forget, it's not slap. It's caning. I say flog.
You see,
with love.
It's just unfortunate, the mentality of some people, the way some people can think. Let me even ask you a question. You have a 16-year-old child at home. Do you still use cane on that child?
Some people still use cane on 25, 30, 40-year-old child.
Then you have an exceptional child.
An exceptional child. I like that angle.
A child who needs extra correction.
Even at 21, your child was quarter to get out of your house.
Right.
That is if your child is not already out of it.
Out of your house, even at 21. So it's just unfortunate, the mentality, some men have, and I think it bounces back to orientation. It bounces back to upbringing. It bounces back to the kind of home that people, environment people
that they come from.
Yes.
But he's just correcting her with love. That's
what I'm saying.
He doesn't have a mission. He doesn't cheat on his wife. He's just flogging now.
Let me tell you, that kind of a person, it needs therapy. It needs therapy. There's no way.
Cheat on the wife.
There's no way you can talk him out of what he's doing. He just needs therapy, because that's the mentality he has. That's the way he feels that, okay, I can correct her in love. For crying out loud, look.
Who corrects him?
Like I tell people, if you like, be 50 years older than me, the moment you are my man.
No. The moment you make the mistake of toasting me.
No, not toasting me. If we don't have a thing, I might
the moment we begin to have a thing.
The moment we are
an item.
And forget that. Yes, I will give you respect. Respect. I will, give you the regard and all of that. At least I won't want people to mess around with you. But then there are some things that, like, I will call your name Balanja. We are mates everywhere and every time. It's the truth. Not to talk of, now bringing cane. It's unheard of. It's not something that should come up for discussion. If you ask me, it's not something that this person needs therapy, and this lady needs to be saved from this man. And this lady that still feels that, I don't know why she's still staying in that place. Because if you can flog your wife, the woman that you sleep with, the woman that you profess, Now, let me go a little bit spiritual. The Bible says, and two shall be one. Now, it says, love this woman just like, you are loving yourself. Anything you can do to yourself. And does it mean that when you do the wrong thing, will you carry cane to flog yourself? So, right, is that what he's saying? If the man is telling me that, yes, when he does something that is wrong, he will pick up the cane and eat himself, then I would say, okay, whatever he's doing is justified. But for the fact that you cannot do it to yourself, then why? Why the heck? Now, let me bring it back to the fact that, does it mean that if he has a daughter, would he advise the daughter's husband to do the same thing?
Correct the daughter is
in such a way.
Hold on,
those are questions that needs to be asked.
Boma, you need to, before you jump on this conversation, let me just tell you, he is correcting the woman in law.
Excuse me, please.
It's law.
It's not you that will tell me my opinion.
It's not cheating on the woman.
You are forcing your opinion upon me now. Do you want to beat me?
I've not told you about my opinion. I'm just telling you what I said.
I on this show.
Okay,
thank you very much. God bless you for the benevolence of time that you offer me upon this event. In my opinion, she should stay there. Oh, Tino, Dada. I'm looking. She should stay there. They have not yet beat her fairway. It's just Koboko and Pankele. Very soon, us whip will enter it. Because Agbalagba 29 years old, 3 decades. Somebody saw that they born. He says he's 48 years old. He carry Pankele teacher. He begin to whip. You never say that. Karima. He now make it work. He have the effrontery to say, I just correct her now so that she will not go astray. You'll be like dog when one lost. I mean, you used to annoy me on this internet. Are you an animal? That is going astray. Say, I correct her in love so that she will not go astray. You know, say, I have friends who, when they cheat on their wives, they pack their bags and leave the house. Those your friends' wives, they are no normal. Those are the real people that need therapy. They need to be taken to place for session of head, because when somebody leave house for you and go and stay with his mistress, you will not quickly look for the house papers and sell the property and go and buy another property and leave. You are kneeling down to beg. We should stop now. Me, I believe that this message now is a skit. I don't believe that's real life. You can't convince me that this message now, logical, popu. Wait now, it's my belief. I need to believe. See, but okay, it's a need for me. I refuse in the name of Jesus to believe.
That somebody's child.
So let me explain to you. I'm reading this thing. I'm a pictographic person. When I read things and I hear things, I'm imagining the situation in my head.
Like
I'm imagining.
You're trying to say, no.
So he will come up now. He said, listen. He said, I correct her, but sometimes youthful exuberance.
You see, most times, you see, what's baffling me in this story is that most times you find a younger lady getting married to a much older
person,
because you want to have that feel of being treated like a baby. It's something I'd experienced.
Oh, okay.
I've been with a man 20 years older than me, and I tell you, I kid you not, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Okay.
It was one of, in fact, it's almost the best experience I've ever had.
But he didn't use Makere for you now.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at that.
You have the feel of, he just looks at you like a baby. He just looks at you. I think that's the reason you find a lot of younger ladies marrying, people that are
much older men.
Yeah.
In recent times, it's becoming quite popular.
Because it feels you have a feel of it's too late for you.
Shots fired! Kaboom! I didn't see that coming, but I like it. 2 months in there for you, man. I did not see.
It's too late.
It's too late for you.
No, it's for you, not for me, please. Everybody should hold their lateness. Please. I'm just starting my life. Working career and I'm a small girl.
Boba, you know here.
Is it too late for me?
It's not.
It's too late for me.
I can still.
I love it. But I'm like for the girls.
You try.
Please.
You try.
I will open your secret.
We must be inside this.
I will open your secret.
We must be inside this boat together.
So, Madam, are you saying?
So what I'm saying is that it's just too bad. Most times you look at the lady and when she's even being naughty, you want to be like, it's just being a child. Just you just treat her the way you would treat your child, or you treat your kid sister, or people tend to, when you are with an older man, you tend to see that kind of pamper, that kind of love,
even
that
desiring.
kind of the affection, and when it gets to the time at which when you also begin to get to the age of maybe you get to your late 40s, your early 50s, people who have grown at par, and you just blend that. But it's unfortunate that the opposite is the case in this case, which is so
anyway,
really sad. And you see,
since this is not a
in this kind of relationship, you will realize that it will be filled with so much fear. She will live in fear, the agony of what will I do next? What will I? And that alone will make her do the wrong things. Because she doesn't know what next is coming out.
Has you round off?
Yeah, as I round off on this, I wanted to say something very important, aside from the playing, the joking, and the laughing. 2 things that I want to say. Reading the story, first of all, I do not think that this man has any business marrying anybody. And I don't think that for this person, it has anything to do with age. He could be married to somebody who is 45 years old, 48 years old, and he will still beat you with a cane and believe that he needs to discipline you
and
like a child and correct you. Because don't forget, this is a mentality for this man. And he's saying, I think that I am better. And I have a problem. Where I'm going with this is I have a problem with people who believe in weighing sin. Meaning, because I beat you, I'm not as bad so long as I don't cheat on you.
Yeah.
So 2 wrongs don't make it right.
So basically,
he has judged himself better.
He has already decided that this is not as bad as this, and this can be tolerated. No, this must be tolerated by you because I am not like my friends and I'm not cheating on you.
Agreed. Right, exactly. So what I'm saying is this. I do not think that men like this have any business being with anybody, age, size. And I also think that women also have no business being with this kind of men. Generally, young, old, I don't think anybody should be with this kind of person. I also do not think that this kind of person was discovered in marriage, because this mentality seeps through in conversations.
Yeah.
They are very entitled. They believe that they own you. They believe that they know
that was
best.
why I said his upbringing, the
They believe that they
environment,
know best.
the environment he found himself while he was growing
I don't
up.
think that, you know,
Basically,
basically
there's
this
no
person
solution to
needs
his
help.
problem.
No, because he's asking, he's saying that he wants to keep his home. Mr. Man, wherever you are, if you're going
for
to
therapy.
see this, I believe you should go for therapy. I believe that you have no business beating your wife. Like, there's no world in which it is okay.
Boma, you
Let
let
me
me believe.
It
You
is
know.
okay. I
You
know.
for a
Thank you
fact
very much. I know
that
there
you
is
have
no world
business.
in which beating somebody is okay, whether it's with cane,
Whether with cane or hand or whatever.
It's not.
And for you, auntie, that is taking it. Hey, yeah, sorry, you.
Please, you don't know her situation. You don't know where she's coming from. We
Hey,
sympathize with you.
We
But sister,
sympathize with you. Save
run,
yourself.
run, please.
Save
Because it's not going to
yourself.
stop. He needs help. So why not separate while he's getting help? And if he
And
truly,
this is the kind of woman who will step out, and when the man changes, she will still come back and say, I don't feel safe anymore because it doesn't beat me.
Okay,
So please,
but let me
you
finish
also
my
need
point.
therapy because you've accepted it this long.
so it may be
means that
part of your
something is
mindset.
damaged
Agreed.
inside there.
But
you need therapy.
still, I think that because let's not create. For me, I'm not a fan of everybody move on, destroy the relationship.
no,
If
no.
he's asking for help
for therapy.
and he really changes and he works towards it, then both of you can come back after both of you have taken care of, you know, your mental
mind.
space, and you know that there is, you know, a future. But if there's no future, everybody can really go their separate ways. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. We're going to the next conversation. And you see this
God.
next one. It's just my jeje that I used to sit down. And our producer would just say, it's amazing. This is what I want you people to talk about. It's not us, you. It's not us. Is it us?
What did she say we should talk about?
You see, how much influence, how much power does your man of God, your father in the Lord, mother in the Lord, a pastor, reverend father, whoever you want to call it, how much influence really do they have on you as a person? This brings me to the conversation that occupied everybody's timeline this week. Sunday morning, somebody somewhere posted a video for whatever purpose they posted it. And then other bloggers and people started posting and comments started across social media platforms. What exactly was it? A pastor rebuked, that's the Christian word to use, rebuked his member on the altar as she was giving a testimony which turned out to be true. Let's watch the video a little bit, just about 30 seconds of the video, and then we're back here to say, was the apology tendered acceptable enough?
In her family.
Degree in what?
In
What law?
Law program.
What's it called? What's the name of the degree? Like medicine is MBBS. Give her the mic. What kind of degree is it? My medicine is MBBS.
BSc, sir. BSc in law, sir.
So the testimony is a lie. There is nothing like BSc in law. You either have LLB or yeah. It's a lie. The testimony is a lie. Please go back to your seat. BSc law. Is that how lawyers speak English? Please, anybody who comes to this altar to share a testimony that is not true, you do it at the risk of yourself.
All right.
At the risk of yourself. Stop playing here.
And now, back here in the studio, a couple of days later, say about 48 hours later, the church released a statement, a published statement that simply read the apology of the church and acknowledging the fact that the woman was in fact telling the truth. The question now began, of course, it had become a debate. People were talking about the fact that maybe she was just jittery, maybe she didn't know what she was saying. Oh, the lawyers speak like that, lawyers are meant to speak better English, or if you go to a university, you're supposed to speak better, and all of that. And then a picture came out. This woman then posted on her own timeline that she has settled with her father in the Lord and mother in the Lord. Aha, exactly the picture. So she said she wants to inform the whole world that she just had a warm meeting with her father and mother in the Lord, and she does not have any grudge against the church or them. Back here in the studio, a lot of people had said that this apology, whatever name it is called, whatever picture, whatever angle you're looking at it from, this statement that came out of the pulpit. Let's not start from the pastor. Let's start from the Omo pastor.
So you want to put me on spotlight?
So let me ask the question.
Please
when
ask.
you saw the video the first time, where she was being rebuked, how did you feel as a Christian?
So I'll be very honest with you. As a human being, I thought that wasn't the best way to make corrections.
Even if it was true?
Even if it was true. Because so here is my opinion. And this is not an opinion that I have based off of personal belief. This is an opinion that I have based off of looking at the character of Jesus and the way that he corrected. If Jesus, who knew that Judas Iscariot was going to betray him, didn't openly mention Judas Iscariot's name, also didn't mention Peter on that table, but said one of you, it means that there is dignity in covering each other in Christianity. That woman could be called after service. It could be said the next Sunday as an announcement that please don't come and lie on the altar. We have discovered that people lie. We will not take it lightly. You know, you'll be disciplined. But I don't understand, for me, I don't understand that need for him to have done that. However, being a pastor's child, like being a PK, pastor's kid, being a pastor's child for all of my years, I know that sometimes you can really have taken in so much that you just blurt out or you do something out of character. Because this is not something that we've seen Pastor Paul Enenche ever do. So in my opinion, as much as this is the opinion, generally in Nigeria, everybody is tired and frustrated. We can't speak to our government, so everybody attacks pastors. And that's my opinion. Because if you don't live that life or you don't know what happens there, I'm all for correcting your pastors, calling them out when they do wrong. But we don't do the same. We don't have the same energy when they do right. We don't have the same energy when they're celebrating them. And I can tell you for a fact that heavy is the head that wears that crown. That I know for a fact from my own point of view. So while I do not agree with the way that he went about making that correction, for whatever reasons he thought that was a lie. Maybe the woman didn't look, because some people say, oh, he sized that up. It was because of the way she looked. If she was wearing suit and whatnot, he would not speak to her that way.
The English,
I believe
the grammar, because it's cited
whatever reason we can say he made the decision that he made, which by the way are speculations, because we don't know his heart, we don't know his intentions. What we can agree on was the approach was not right. The intention may have been good. The intention may have been to make sure that there are no lies and people don't come up there. But however,
to just lie while they're in the pulpit.
Yes, I don't agree with the how. I think that she could have been called aside after service and would have still achieved the same purpose of correction. Because the idea is correction. It could have achieved the same correction. However, the aftermath was he now going
before we even go to the aftermath, I want us to deal very much with the correction itself, because then some people go to school and they do not know that their BSc is not a BSc, it's a BA. So people do not know that in the Faculty of Arts and Humanities, you don't get a BSc, you get a BA. Some people do not know. Some people do not know that when you go past science and you go to tech, you get a BTech. Some people do not know. They think
everybody thinks BSc is general.
Because BSc is the general language. So basing it on the fact that it felt like she said it was BSc in law, because he said, what degree did you have? So before he made that statement, he already had a suspicion that whatever she was saying was not true, because he had come to the conclusion based on how she was speaking. Do you know any lawyers that speak like that and all that? And then he asked her, what is the name of the degree that you earned? And she said, BSc. That question was a pointer to the fact that you already had doubts, you already had skepticism. So when he had to ask the question and the woman said BSc, he couldn't hear. He said, put the mic in her mouth, because he needed her to speak, to goof very well so that he could hammer down his point. So when she said BSc, it's like there is nothing like BSc in law. And that's a lie. He just blanket said that's a lie. Now, for the congregants, I felt like I would just walk out of the church that day. If I were the woman, as I was coming, I said, please go back to your seat. It will not be go back to your seat. It will be go back to your seat, carry your bag, and just be going to your house straight up, because the shame I can look at the thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that were in that, in fact, tens of thousands of people that were in that congregation that day. That shame cannot be taken just like that, cannot be taken away from the woman. Each time she comes back, as a matter of fact, some people will not know. Do you know? Some people will not know that this correction had been done. Some people will not know an apology had gone forth. Some people would not know that this woman's case had been proven to be true. They will still look at her with that eye of somebody who was on the altar, who lied, and pastor had to correct on the altar. What's your take before we go to the apology of the church itself? Pastor, you know, YK is a minister, so even me, I do for you.
Honestly, as much as I try not to interfere in the affairs of pastors and but let me, no matter how much Boma would want to excuse him, see, to whom much is given, much is expected. Uneasy, we know lies the head that wears the crown. No, you see, you saw what you were going in for. You knew what you were going in for. You knew what you bargained for.
But you did not know the weight of what you bargained for.
I disagree. Even in life.
Excuse me. Would you allow me?
Please go ahead.
See, I'm talking out of experience. By the grace of God, I pastored a parish, a church for about 5 years. There are times you want to react.
Yeah.
There are times you just go back into your room and cry. If I wasn't the pastor, so that's it. You see, character is something that we should, you see, and the Bible says we should be slow to speak. You know, there's this thing about hearing, there's this thing about listening, there's this thing about, you know, digesting, processing. The first thing I took from what that woman said was that she was the first graduate in our family. That's a lot for me.
Nobody had ever attempted to
That's a lot for me. So you see, she for me, she was out to break a jinx. For me, she was out
it was actually not about
at her age, for crying out loud. You know that it wasn't really about what to do. I saw someone that graduated at the age of 60. I remember when I went for BSc at Unilag. We had a 70-year-old woman in our class.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
so good.
I kid you not.
That is so.
You would know that this person, and she was made.
Oh.
You know that this person
just wanted the education.
Yes. So you know where people like that are coming from.
They are trying to break through this pattern.
There's a certificate I still have on my mind, even at me going almost 50, that I say to myself that
I want to
get this.
Right.
So I know where she's coming from. I understand that. I can feel her. So you see, as a pastor, you're supposed to be a shepherd. You're supposed to, you know, listen very well. And, you know, even if you want to correct, you correct in love.
Yeah.
And you are not just anyhow pastor. You are a pastor that is in front of the people. You are a pastor that people are sitting down, they are watching you.
Yeah.
But is one pastor that Nigerians are watching.
Yeah. And you know, when it comes to pastors,
he already had an issue with what's her name? This lady that died.
Oseni.
Oh, right.
Nigerians are just there. So you as a pastor that should, you know, watch your feet. You know, there are better ways to go about things.
Agreed.
There are better ways to correct people.
Yes.
There are better ways, you know, to still, you know, tell somebody you've done something that is wrong and still maintains the person's dignity.
You know, let's go to the fact that the church now tendered an apology, which ordinarily should correct this. The church presented that statement. It was like an official statement, and they published it the same way the first video was published, and the church apologized for it. But then a lot of people...
I didn't see any form of apology in that letter. I read it. I read it.
You have to read it again and again and again.
I didn't see.
So,
and for me, honestly, if you ask me as a person, in fact, I got more annoyed with that letter.
Good.
You could have just kept quiet.
And ignored the whole thing.
Yes.
Boma, what's your opinion?
I don't think he should have kept quiet. I think
No. What I'm saying now, other than that letter.
Yes, other than this.
That letter is just adding insult upon injury.
In my opinion, apology, again, I will say this. I've said this on one of our episodes. Apology is never saying you are sorry. Apology is saying I understand the weight of what I've done, what I put you through, and I want to do better. So I don't apologize to make myself look better or feel
because
better. I apologize. So in my opinion, if he made that blunder in front of a church service, in front of millions of people, he should also have the dignity and humility to hold his microphone, call her out in the same way, the way you went to take a picture and celebrate her, and even tell them that you're congratulating her. The church is saying that we're very sorry. That is what I think should have been done, because there is dignity in honoring the people that
and I tell you, it wouldn't take anything out of him. It should have even given him a plus, because I read that letter through and through. It was just full of justification,
and you see,
filled with justification,
which now looks like excuses.
And not looks like
it is.
Those are. In fact, they are not just. They're just justifying. It's not even just. It was justifying the action he took.
Right. So as a PR,
so why now? You see, and that's, let me quickly, because I know we have to round up.
Yeah.
Because now takes me back to Christianity. We as a people, church, religion, and everything.
Our pastors and the way we.
I look at that lady. You know, a lot of times we see our pastors as a demigod, as something, as something is untouchable, as something.
Which is why
we have to
reverence was acceptable, and
someone we have to reverence and all of that.
And why would this letter was the private invite? Was
because you look at your pastor like somebody that is untouchable. Like, he has said it, whether it's right or wrong, because my pastor has said it. Fine. And that's why you find a lot of men complain that they respect their pastors much more than their hobbies, which is not supposed to be. You see a lot of people, a lot of church members, their pastors cannot go wrong. Whatever their pastors have said, look, if my pastor is on the pulpit and he's saying something that I do not agree with,
I type it.
Yes, the honor I have is because he's my pastor, I let him be. But that does not, I don't take everything hook, line, and sinker.
I actually write it down and I go back to him.
I don't take everything like hook, line, and sinker. As we round off, I would just say that, yes, Christianity, bless God. But the thing is that your pastor is as human as you are. The Spirit of God is for everybody. The Holy Spirit, you have it and your pastor has it. God can as well speak to you as much as he speaks to your pastor. So let us stop making our pastors as if they are untouchable. Making our pastors feel as if they are some sort of God, that they cannot go wrong.
As you round up, we need to go.
Honestly, I feel that, and even on the parts of our religious leaders, they can do better.
Boma?
All right, from the Boma Johnson, my parting shot is simple. I believe that my pastors are fathers in faith. They're human, they're fallible, they'll make mistakes. I think that the onus also falls on us to stop putting them on pedestals. You can honor somebody without making them a god. You can honor and respect somebody without making them look like they cannot make a mistake. Pastor Paul Enenche made a mistake. He was called out for his mistake. He should have as well corrected the mistake, not by convenience, but as human, meaning that what would my father do if he made a mistake to me, his daughter? What would my friend do? My friend will apologize to me. It's just like how you have a fight with a friend that is public. You now come and apologize to me privately. No, dear. You will go, maybe you called me a liar. Maybe we're 6. You said I lied. And everybody now has a notion that I'm not
call all the 6 people.
You want to call the 6 people in my presence. And also now tell them how you discovered that I'm now a truthful person and what you did was a mistake and a blunder. Because that is how you set the record straight. That is how you show that you are honorable. That is how you show that you have integrity and character.
That you honor the person.
And I honor the person. But I will not say, oh, Pastor Paul Enenche is not a man of God for that. I will not say Pastor Paul Enenche is a bad pastor. I'm speaking. Don't forget that there were a lot of comments. I'm speaking to the general public. I'm not speaking to us alone on the table. I'm saying we need to get to the point where, because sometimes, in all honesty, it feels like we're waiting for our pastors to fail so that we can say you are a man of God and you failed. So I'm saying expect that they will fail sometimes. Expect that they will fall from grace. Why? If your expectation is already that this man is human as much as he carries the anointing, it puts you at rest. So my parting shot is this. our pastors are as human, as fallible as we are. It doesn't mean that they would not make mistakes and even still make mistakes upon the mistakes. Just like to us now, what he has done is not satisfactory enough. But guess what? There are people who advised him that that letter was good enough. There were people who looked at that letter and thought that it was okay.
Oh, Mama,
right?
I need to speak.
All right. So that's my parting shot for the day. See you all next week. Signing out is the Boomer Johnson.
All right, people. As we round off, two things basically. The PR department of Dunamis Church needs a rejig. A rejig. Whoever vetted that letter needs to go back and rewrite and learn how to write a proper apology, because it wasn't. And the church actually did not offend the woman. It was the pastor that did something that may not even have been counted as an offense. But it wasn't the church. You drag the whole brand, a brand.
No.
Pastor Paul Enenche is a brand. And Dunamis Church International is a brand.
No. Dunamis,
so
Pastor Paul Enenche
for me, really.
Church.
So when you want to tender an apology, you should tender an apology with the microphone, the same way that it was done. And then, if we want our pastors to grow, to become better, like we want our lives to become better, when they make mistakes, I think we should actually tell them the truth. They are not blind, they are not deaf, they can actually hear. They don't need God to come and tell them most times that what they did was wrong. We should be bold enough. If your pastor is not like your father, that you can say, Daddy, that thing you did is not good enough. But I remember Baba Abiara, Prophetess K. Abiara, when he preaches on the altar, and I call him afterwards and I say, Daddy, your message, redeem. Say, how did I do? Baba Abiara is 83 years old. He will say, how did I do? Did I make a mistake? Were the scriptures tallying? Did they work? Did this, did that? Because at his age, he is still concerned about how his words come across. Your words are meant to edify. They're not meant to put down. My name is Oluwatomise Adebukola. Don't forget to follow us on the VOP TV Live. Subscribe. Click the subscribe button on YouTube. Go to all of the social media platforms and do the same. My social media handle is the Golden Tomise. That is Yinka Kenny and the Boomer Johnson. We'll see you again next week on the Honest View. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you. Everybody say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.